When passion meets inspiration, an obsession is born.
In one lifetime, Keanu's been called a lot of names. And whether you know him as Ted, Neo, Constantine, John Wick, or the nicest man in Hollywood, he's been able to rebrand himself for every single generation. But to come up in Hollywood with literally zero beef or drama, while anonymously giving hundreds of millions of his own money to help others and to charity, is just pure class. He never finished high school and was even booted out from a performing arts school. He was set to fail right from the start, but now he's worth over $400 million.
Your movies have made so much money, $3.5 billion.
They've entertained.
Today we're finding out the secret recipe to Keanu's success. And what better question to start with than,
who am I really?
It all started in '66 when a native Hawaiian named Samuel Reeves left his family 3 years after he got married. Samuel was a hardcore heroin addict. Patricia, Keanu, and Kim were the three he left behind.
My mother's a costume designer. She works for Anne Murray and Dolly Parton for Playboy magazine when Dolly Parton did the cover. She was in this kind of outfit, and I wore that.
Because she needed to travel to where her client was, they ended up moving around a lot. Patricia ended up getting married and divorced 4 more times. As for Keanu and Kim, they had no choice but to go along with it. In an interview, his sister even said how we lived our lives depended on the man of the moment, and we never had anyone to play with us, to watch me riding horses or Keanu playing hockey. On top of moving so much, Keanu's dyslexia made school impossible for him.
For grade 11, I auditioned and was accepted for a new performing arts high school. I was not accepted back in for my second year. Oops. I went to De La Salle for 12th grade. I did not pass anything, except for gym and Latin.
And in the span of 5 years, he'd gone through 4 high schools and even gotten expelled from his last one. The good news,
15 is when I went up to my mother and said, "Is it okay if I'm an actor?" And she was like, "Whatever you want, darling." So thanks, Mom.
his early passion for acting was put to the test by his mom's second husband, a Broadway/Hollywood director.
My stepfather, Paul Aaron, who as a director shared with me his world of the theater and film.
He worked as Paul's production assistant at 9 years old. He kept appearing in TV shows as stand-ins and side actors. He also loves theater, especially Shakespeare ones.
Do you have a favorite Shakespeare role?
Yeah, Hamlet.
And you've done that, right?
Yes.
And he even did a Coca-Cola commercial and music video just to afford his rent. Keanu met someone that was very similar to him on the set of I Love You to Death. Both were dyslexic young actors who loved punk protest music like Led Zeppelin and Red Hot Chili Peppers. And both had also been traumatized since they were young. River Phoenix, brother of Joaquin Phoenix, grew up in the Children of God cult and was sexually abused at 4 years
You may
old.
never have heard of the Children of God, but it's out there. In public, members constantly invoke the name of Jesus, but in private, they reportedly see child sex and incest as part of their gospel.
And when Gus Van Sant was looking for 2 rebellious actors who were brave enough to act as gay male hookers and drug addicts called My Own Private Idaho, he sent them the script. He also sent it to Robert Downey Jr., who declined because he was scared of being harassed. It made sense since this was still the early 90s. Keanu never hesitated. When asked if he had any concerns about his public image, he replied, "Hurt my image? Who am I, a politician? No, I'm an actor." In River's case, his agent got the script and threw it away. When they never heard back from River, Keanu got on his motorcycle and rode 1,300 miles from Canada to River's home in Gainesville, Florida. His instinct was spot on. River ended up winning Best Actor.
River's in Mexico right now. He's making a film. I can't be here. I'm sure he'd like to say thank you to
By
everybody.
the end of the movie, they became so close and considered each other as brothers.
River the best. He's the god, man. He's the king. I pray at the Church of River Feet.
2 years later, River overdosed on cocaine and heroin and tragically passed away. And just look at how deeply it still affects him, even 30 years later.
Lasting memory for making this movie. River Phoenix.
Keanu got so fed up of losing friends and loved ones to drugs, he took it on himself to rescue his ex-co-star from his earlier movie, Babes in
We
Toyland.
had so much fun making it.
It was crazy.
Drew Barrymore was known to party, drink, and smoke with adults since she was 9 years old.
Where would you get alcohol from at 9?
Parties, friends, bars.
And where were you when she was going to parties and bars at 9?
I was never with her at bars at 9, but I would go with her to parties. There were a lot of industry functions.
Can I take it back to a memory that I have with you? I was at this club, and it was my 16th birthday, and you came in, and you walked in, and you grabbed my hand, and you took me outside, and you put me on your motorcycle.
Oh my.
And it was just this moment where I just remember loving life and being so happy, and I hold it so dear. You're someone I wanted to be like one day, and they were always the kind, humble, gracious, hardworking. You are so that.
No, that's kind of you to say that.
Sandra Bullock teamed up with Keanu in '94.
Up the cover when I first saw the script, it said speed. And then there was a bomb on a bus, and if it went under 50, it would blow up, etc., etc. And
Their chemistry and amazing performance together made the $30 million budget film explode to $350 million worldwide. The movie did so well, he was asked to come back for a sequel called Speed 2 for a $12 million paycheck.
Like, okay, a bus, okay, we're going, but now it's on an ocean liner?
I know it sounds kind of silly, doesn't
Although I think Keanu was right for passing on this one, based on its horrible score on Rotten Tomatoes and bomb at the box office. To double down, he turned down his next opportunity to star with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in the '95 movie Heat. He'd made a prior commitment to do a Hamlet play for $6,000.
Keanu's contract was he didn't want to get paid any more than a regular actor would for a leading role at the Hamlet theaters.
His replacement, Val Kilmer, got paid $9 million. So if he never did it for the money, it was definitely for the love of acting. Besides turning down 2 big offers, he was secretly training in the hyperbolic time chamber with
Louis Bowmander, acting coach extraordinaire.
The second thing he wanted, though, was access to me roughly about 11 months leading up to that production.
And that movie was The Devil's Advocate, where he played a lawyer conflicted with balancing his job, marriage, and the morality of good and evil. Keanu took another pay cut of $2 million so the studio could afford Al Pacino.
When do we talk about money?
Money! That's the easy part.
Now, your new movie opens Friday,
Yes.
and it's with Al Pacino, first time.
Yes.
Were you nervous? Because he's a very legendary actor.
When I first met him, yeah.
I mean, just look at how Keanu was transformed after working with him in a single movie.
Lose! I don't lose! I win! I win! I'm a lawyer! That's my job! That's what I do!
I rest my case.
And with the success of his last one, Keanu was considered to lead Warner Brothers' next big-budget movie. But not before many other A-list Hollywood actors turned down the offer. Brad Pitt rejected and opted for Fight Club instead. Will Smith just never got the story and chose Wild Wild West. Leo DiCaprio had just finished Titanic and did not want to do another CGI movie. Val Kilmer almost took his spot again, but chose to play a blind man love story instead. And so Keanu finally jumped in.
I went to the Warner Brothers lot to meet Andy and Larry Wachowski. They had written something that I'd always hoped for. But it had Gibson, it had Verne, it had Kay Dick, Frank Miller, anime, Kurosawa, identity, sexuality, viruses, and love. And truth. What truth?
I don't know how he got all of that reference in one meeting, but I had to watch it like 4 or 5 times to understand everything. Anyhow, the movie blew everyone's mind. As for Keanu, everyone basically called him Neo after that. 8 months after The Matrix release, he and his girlfriend Jennifer Syme were about to become parents. Growing up without a dad, and now having everything he needed to be one, seemed like a blessing. On Christmas Eve of 1999, Ava Archer Syme Reeves was stillborn prematurely. They broke up a couple of weeks later. By April 1st of 2001, Keanu had patched things up with Jennifer. They were having brunch together in San Francisco, but in less than 24 hours, Jennifer got into a fatal accident and was pronounced dead instantly. She was buried next to Ava, and Keanu was at the lowest point in his life. But instead of being pissed off and depressed, Keanu invested his time and money to his friends, family, and fans around the world. he anonymously donated 70% or $32 million of his Matrix 1 paycheck into a secret cancer foundation to support his sister who is battling leukemia or blood cancer. And when Matrix 2 and 3 was released, he gave 75 out of the $200 million he made and spread that money out to all the crew members who worked on the movie. And the very next year, he took another 90% pay cut or $12 million so the studio could pay for Gene Hackman to star in The Replacements.
Hey, Falco, it's great to see you. Now get the hell out of my locker room!
Coach,
What the hell took you so long?
traffic.
Suit up!
But no matter how much of a saint he was, his career took another unexpected turn when he played a gambling addict and a youth baseball coach in Hardball.
Look! No, you're not looking, it's working. Keep not looking.
Jefferson, how you doing?
Roger Ebert said his performance lacked depth and left the movie feeling gloom and distant. In The Day the Earth Stood Still is when Keanu admits that was also the day his career stood still.
Are you human?
My body is.
Critics hated his lack of vocal range and depth, but it made sense to me since he was playing an alien. Generation is what happens if Neo chose the blue pill instead of the red one. He plays a taxi driver exploring themes of loneliness and self-destruction, and the score on Rotten Tomatoes is the coup de grace for this one. In his directorial debut, Man of Tai Chi, Keanu becomes the boss in a Mortal Kombat type of movie.
Finish him. Finish him!
The studios gave him a $32 million budget, but the movie only grossed $5 million worldwide. Less than a month later, he plays a half-breed samurai in 47 Ronin, which was supposed to be a cool art house film like Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon, but it turned out to be a $225 million mistake. New York Daily scored it a 0 out of 100. Many thought Neo was done and that he had peaked with The Matrix, until he read a script by Derek Kolstad.
He couriered it over to Keanu and I got a call and he's like, can you go over to his house? I'm like, fuck yeah, you know? As I'm walking past his office, I shit you not, he had 300 scripts on his desk because he loves what he does. He reads all the time.
No studio wanted to bet millions on Keanu taking revenge.
Baba Yaga. It was just a fucking car, just a fucking dog.
Like, no, you don't understand. Like, we had all our savings. We had been prepping that movie for a year. We were broke. We put every penny we could into paying our stunt teams and everything. Like, it was make it or break it.
Even after financing it, no one wanted to distribute the movie.
When they finished the film and they took it out for distribution, no one wanted to buy it. Nobody in Hollywood, everyone was like, pass.
And with zero commercial potential, this $20 million action flick turned into a 5-movie franchise on course to hit $2 billion soon.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Where is he?
The key is Keanu Reeves. You know, it's just his charisma. It's just the energy he gives off that people, and they understand.
Maybe there's a little bit of you get knocked down, you brush yourself off, you just keep trying to keep going.
Once you're done and you're happy, the world will welcome your creation with open arms.
And the best part about the franchise? Keanu only took $22 million from all 4 John Wick movies. Compare that to the $200 million he made from the Matrix sequels. Knowing Keanu, you can probably guess where the rest of the money went. Let us know what's your favorite movie of him. Subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you on the next one.